Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome to another stream of mine. But yeah, as you might know, today will be quite different because we're going to do a live quiz. So, me with you, I will be your host, and you hopefully know a lot about Laravel because that's the topic for today. I see we already have a few people in here. Hey, guys. Camibir, Bouchan, Miguel, Felix, Sebastian, Chester is also here. Yeah, so I think we're going to still wait a few more minutes and give others still the opportunity to join because yeah, the more fun I think this will be. So I hope in the meantime you are already comfortable where you are. Maybe you have something to drink or beer. I just have water, but that's fine for me too. Yeah, and I hope you all studied the Laravel documentation today or tried to learn a bit because, yeah, one of the questions I think will be a little bit tricky, but we have to see about that. Let me check if Lara streamers also already live tweeted that we are live. No, not yet. So, let's check how many people do we already have here. 16. Yeah, so we're still growing a little bit. So I think, yeah, maybe we already start by giving you the opportunity to enter the game with your name. By the way, do you hear the music in the background? Please let me know if you can hear this because I have some special quiz game music today and you should hear it. If not, let me know about that. Yeah, and by the way, the best way to watch would be you having like a computer and you have your phone, and then on the phone you're going to join the game. I will soon show you how this looks like. But of course, if you only have a laptop, you can just use your laptop and open a second browser because you need a second window where you can then also enter the questions and click buttons. If you're only on your phone, I think that's what Gertchen said he is. I'm on a mobile phone, so I can't listen to you when filling it in. Okay, this could be difficult if you're just on the mobile because you need to watch the stream. So you need to watch the stream, and you need some kind of other device where you can enter the game in the question. So let me share with you the link so that you can already join. So platform is called Kahoot. Maybe you know it already. And when you're in there, you need to enter a PIN. And that's the PIN. And let me also share my screen. And here we go. So here, that's the waiting that's the waiting area. So if you log in with this link and with this PIN, you will be able excuse me, to enter your name, and then I and you will see you here. Yeah, so that's perfectly how it's working. Yeah, guys, you already know it. That's good. By the way, as you probably seen, you can only enter your nickname. So in the end, I don't know 100% who you are. So for the winners, we then have to think about how we can how I can contact you. I think the best is if you win or if you're on the podium, you're going to contact me on Twitter because that's what's missing in the software, that I can contact the winners directly. But it seems you guys are already seeing how this works. We have already 12 people in here, 21 people watching the stream. So yeah, please join. Who else do we have here? We have Samuel here. I know this one. Yeah, Schmidt Felix. I know you. It's yeah. I think we had it's also in the dry run. So I don't know who you are. So maybe if I think you won in the dry run. So I think that you were the winner. So if you win again, I have to contact you or you have to contact me, and then I need to find out who you are. So let me check again if Lara Streamers was already tweeting. Yeah, this seemed to work. Mhm. That's good. Yeah, more and more people coming in. I still will give you a few minutes. So in the meantime, I've talked about this in the dry run on the quiz already, but yeah, I've been doing the Laravel quizzes through a Telegram chatbot a few years back, and I did 3 versions of that, and people liked it a lot. And I think it was a very cool project. There's also a blog article about it, and I have the code open source, so this was a lot of fun. And yeah, and today I wanted to try something new. So no more chatbot, but since I'm already doing more live streams, I thought it's a good idea to try this out. And I've seen this software once at a conference. It was pretty cool. It was right before a talk of someone. He just presented this a little game just with this link, and all of the audience were participating. I think it was a CSS game with some questions, and yeah, this was a lot of fun. And since then, I thought I wanted to do this as well at some point. But yeah, to do not in the talk perspective, but just doing a quiz with you together. So yeah, people are still coming in. We have 21 here. 21 in the game, 29 watching. So I still want to give you some more minutes to take your time. So if you missed it, I've posted a link to kahoot.it. You also see it here. And then if you go to this side, you need to enter this pin here, and that's how you can join. And then you get here to the waiting list. And then if you're ready, if I'm ready, I'm going to start here. And I also have a few slides then when we start with some rules and some information for you so that it will be a little bit easier, because I think most of you probably don't know Kahoot. So I didn't know it for quite some time. So I think it's best to explain all the things also a little bit. Let's see. Yeah, so still people coming to the stream. That's nice. Here, 23 people now in the game. Let me also again retweet this tweet. For this, I need to stop sharing my screen for a second. I will be right back with you. Yeah, here we go. So, yeah, here it is. Yeah, cool. So I just retweeted the tweet of their streamers as well, so that those people will see it as well. And let's bring in the game for you again. Enter full screen. Yeah, here we go. And now I can share my screen again. Here we go. 23 people watching, 27 in the stream. By the way, did any of you answer the question? Do you hear the music? No music. Okay. Let me try. So yeah, I'm using a loop app to loop specific devices into my input, which I use for streaming. So let me try to bump this up. And let me know if you hear now anything. Is it better now? So let me know if you hear something in the back or not. No, not a peep. Okay, so this means this seems to be not working. So what we're doing instead, we're going to bring in some music because this should work. But for me, this means because I hear the music, I need to mute it somehow. Yeah, okay, so now I don't hear it anymore. And now we can do some music here. Okay, so now you at least you should hear some music. Again, let me know. Bump this up a little bit. Okay, I think you hear now music. Okay, I think we're now going to start. Okay, we have 28 people watching and 20 in the game. So if you want to join the game, please do it now by going to the Kahoot.it website and then enter this pin, and this is how you can enter the game, and then you should see your name here. So I give you a few more seconds and then we're going to start. I think, of course, you can also start later in the game, but then you don't get as much point as when you would start right from the beginning. So, 24, yeah, James is here. And yeah, so we have now 24 of 26 people. I think that's good. So let's start the game. The Laravel Live Quiz. 3, 2, 1, here we go. So there are a few rules or a little bit of information for you. So we have 20 questions for you. There will be 30 seconds for you for every question to answer it. I have put the 30 under quotes because we have a delay of about 10-12 seconds. So this means you have, in the end, more like 20 seconds for you to answer the question. But I think it will be enough. Yeah, if you're using a phone, I think that's the best way to participate. You can reply on the phone. Oh, wow. Is this for you now? Also a little bit too loud. Let's put this down a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, so on your phone, you will see some rectangles with colors where you can pick the color, but on the screen, on the stream, you will see still the question, but on the phone or other tab, you can then reply to it. Sometimes you're just clicking a rectangle with a specific color, but sometimes you have to select multiple ones or you have to order them in a specific order, and then you have click a button. And that's important because the time is important. The faster you reply, the more points you will get. Of course, only if it's the correct answer. The top 3 will win. We have a few nice prizes, which I will show you in just a minute. And yeah, please don't cheat. Don't try to look everything up because first, it wouldn't be that funny anymore. And second, you will lose time by looking things up. So I think it's better for you to guess and be fast. And in the end, this game is about having fun. So I'm pretty sure there will be some questions where maybe how I described it will not be easy for you to understand right away because yeah, some of those questions were a little bit tricky to write, but yeah, don't mind. In the end, it's just about having a good time together. All right, I think we're going to start now. Let me see, any last questions here? No. So I hope you are ready because let's go. And yeah, here again, the prices. 1 serverless Laravel course by Jack Ellis, Tinkerbell app by Beyond Code, 2 books, Laravel Secrets by Bobby and Stefan, an Ray license for the debugging tool by Sparsi, and 1 of my Mastering PHP Storm courses. So yeah, pretty cool that I can't even write my own course correctly, but still you would get the correct price. So thanks again for all the sponsors. I think this makes everything a little bit more fun. So I think now when I click it, we're going to start now. I hope you're ready. Let's go. First one is a question. What is the correct command to create a new Laravel app with the installer? Laravel app project name, Laravel start project name, Laravel new project name, Laravel create project name. So we're talking about the Laravel installer. I'm pretty sure You all have done this already, so I wanted to start with a more simple question. And yeah, let's see how this goes. So on your phone or on your other tab, you can enter the correct answer, and I hope you were fast. Okay, so 15 people had it correct, 3 not. No, 15 had it correct and 10 not. Okay, so maybe you're not using the Laravel installer, or maybe you still need to make yourself familiar with the system. But yeah, I think let's move on to the next one. And before that, I think we're going to see the leaderboard here. Felix was the fastest one before Christopher and then Samuel. But yeah, with every question, the scoreboard is going to change. So it will be fun to see who will be first in the end, of course. Next, again, a quiz. Who do you see on this image? Is it Michael and Jacob, Freek and Marcel, Taylor and Adam, or Sean and Frank? I'm sure you know them. This was at the conference Laracon EU in Spain, I think. And yeah, most of you got that right. Of course, this is Freek and Marcel. Do we have a new leader? No, Felix was still the fastest and he's still going strong here on the leaderboard, but we brought in some new people here. Okay, but yeah, it's funny. Do we only see the first 5 people, or I think quite a few of you didn't score yet. So I hope this will change now with the next question. Let's move on. What is the first line of executed code in Laravel during a web request? So does it store the current time in a constant? Does it create an instance of the service container? Does it register the autoloader, or does it check for the maintenance mode? So this all happened in the index.php file of your Laravel application. And yeah, that's the first file which is being hit by every request. And yeah, all of these things are happening in this file, but one of them is first. So who of you knew about that? Okay, this was already a little bit more tricky, but still the most of you got it right. But if you haven't been in this file, this is, of course, a little bit tricky. But yeah, I always like to mention it. So the first thing that happens with every request coming in is storing the current time in a constant. And then the constant is never being used in the entire framework again. So this is super funny to me. But still, of course, packages and tool, we need those time to make some performance assumption about your application. Do we see a change on the leaderboard? Yeah, a little bit, but Felix is still going strong, but it's coming on the second place. All right, let's move on. Let me just check. I have a few comments. It's not working for me. Okay, it seems that it's for a few people, it's not working on Safari. So if you can, please change to another browser. I'm going to post again the URI if you still want to start again all over, because you can still join. So please try it in another browser if you had some issues in Safari. But yeah, we have to move on, and I hope you will be back, everybody. So this is a true or false question. A collection object can be used like an array too. So you see this in this example, there's an object and we're going to try to get the second value of our collection by trying to call it like it was an array. And the question here is this possible, or is this going to fail? Have you already tried this? So actually, I don't use this much, but I think it's interesting to know if it's working or not. So most of you knew it. Yes, it's working. That's good. There is also another question about this. And the next one, Felix is still on top. It will be difficult for the others, but we still have a lot of questions. So you still can win if you're going to answer the next questions correct. And we have another one about, so why is this possible with the collection object and an array? Is it possible because of the array access interface, which is built in PHP? Or does Laravel use reflection to make this work? Or does this syntax work with every object in PHP? Or is there a magic call method that handles those array calls? Let's see what you say about this. And yeah, again, most of you got this right. Yeah, so there is an interface called array access, which is an interface you can use from PHP itself, and the collection class is just using this. And it's being used quite a lot in Laravel as well. What's going on? Adrian comes up 1, 2, 3, 4 in 5th place. Felix is still going strong. So what about the next one? Again, a quiz. Taylor just had a birthday in May. Which day was it? So it's not about how old it is. It's about which day he has his birthday. 27th, 13th, 28th, or the 8th. If you paid attention, you probably have seen his tweet with this picture. He was celebrating in Vegas. Of course, which other place would you want to celebrate? I think that's amazing there. And yeah, let's see who of you knows this. Of course, there's a little bit more of a funner question, but I wanted to bring them in. Between the other questions, because this will be more fun. Okay, 10 of you knew it, or you guessed it. To all of them who knew it, respect. I didn't know it. I had to check it, but I knew it was in May. Oh, we have a new leader. Getjen answered this correctly and probably fast as well, because he made some places here now on the top. That's always nice when the leaderboard changes, because this makes it more interesting. Next up, we have a quiz. When you hit your Laravel application with a GET request, which kernel is responsible for creating the response? Is it the HTTP kernel? Is it the web kernel? Is it the console kernel? Or both the HTTP and the console kernel? So this is also something that happens with every request, and also something you will find in the index.php file, so the main first file, which is going to be hit. And yeah, it's quite an important part, because all of the things that you do in your application is behind the kernel, and the kernel is handling all of that and then returning the response. And yeah, most of you knew that. Yeah, of course, that's nice. Good people here. One got it wrong. Sorry, man. But yeah, you get a next chance. Oh, Felix is back on top. Nice. Yeah. I think it would be interesting to see the other people as well, because yeah, now we only see 5 of the leaderboard, but I think I can change this here. Maybe I will try to look this up for the next time. So what's next? Again, a quiz. Laravel recently introduced a new feature called Log with Context. What does it do? Does it automatically logs important data like the request and the user, so automatically? Or do you have to define yourself which data you want in every subsequent log entry? In both cases, you're going to define this once, and then with every next, we're going to use the log functionality, and the additional data will be shown in the logs as well. So that's a pretty new feature. And yeah, most of you got that right. So of course you have to define this yourself, because this way you're also more flexible. But of course it makes sense to put in maybe the user or some kind of IDs to make logging and debugging easier for you. And Getchen is going down on the 3rd place, and it is up on the 2nd, but still Felix on the top here. Whew. I hope it's exciting for you. For me, it is exciting indeed. And yeah, let's see about the next question. So this is a puzzle. Order the first 4 Laravel employees from first to the latest. So now you have to order the rectangles. Who was the first one? James, Nuno, Mohammed, Dries, and then move on to the latest ones. But I can already tell you all of them are working now for Laravel. So, and this is true indeed. But yeah, who was the first one? I think the first one is pretty easy. I think most of you will knew this, but then it could be a little bit tricky for you. Okay, 42% get that right. So yeah, of course, Mohammed was the first one. And yeah, I think he will be always special in this case because yeah, being the first employee of Laravel, which is now quite a big company, I think that's really special. Then came Dries, our open source expert, then James, and now Nuno as well. So the team is growing, and yeah, it just looks amazing having those here. So, do we have a change here? Oh, yeah, we have some changes. Gertjen is going back to the top, and Gummy Beer Tom is in the first three, so on the podium. It's nice seeing some new numbers here and also some new people here. But yeah, this wasn't the full team because there are more people in the team. This is now multi-select. Do you also know the latest two new members of the Laravel team? You see it here. So you see them here on the picture. Is it Luke Donin, Claudio Decker, Mio Muhammad Saki, Mio Karudin, or Bobby Bowman? So you can select multi ones here, and then you will also need to press a button to submit your answer. So these are the latest new members to the Laravel team. I'm pretty sure you will know them as well. But yeah, we're going to find out soon. So, okay, it seems this was a little bit more difficult to use. So Claudio did most of you correct. Mio Muhammad also most, but also 12 thought it was Luke. No, sorry, it's not Luke. Yeah, I hear it is a little bit small, slower on mobile devices. So yeah, of course, time is here important. So if you have a better connection, if you may be closer to my location, it might be that you see the stream a little bit before the others, or maybe your performance or machine is a little bit faster, then this will of course affect your points. But yeah, in the end, it's still about just enjoying the quiz together. Oh, Tom now climbs up to the first place here. Oh, and Freek is here as well. Hello, Freek. He's now also in the top 5. Yeah, it's always cool to see new people. So what's next here? Another quiz. Prevent lazy loading is a new feature in Laravel which throws an exception. Can you customize that exception? So can you handle what this exception does, or what happens if a violation of the lazy loading is being happening? Maybe you can define this by defining the handle lazy loading violation using closure on the model, or by filling the lazy loading violation message property on the base model, or you can't do it at all, or by passing a closure as the second argument to the prevent lazy loading method. So that's also a pretty new feature. Let's see. Yeah, not so many of you got this right. And I also had to look it up myself because I don't think it is even documented. So that's quite a tricky one, but you can define a closure by the handle lazy loading violation using property, and then you can define what you want to do if a violation of the prevent lazy loading is going to happen, and then you maybe can throw in your own exception, or you can dump something out and say, hey, dev, you stupid, don't do this. So this is how you can control this, and I think that's a nice addition to this feature. So what was happening now here? I don't see any changes. That's interesting. Didn't you get any points, or maybe I didn't see it and it was already done? I can't debug it. Maybe you already got the point, but yeah, this is a little bit strange indeed. But let's move on here. So we have another quiz. The name Laravel was highly inspired by the story of Lord of the Rings, The Chronicles of Narnia, The Never-Ending Story, or Terminator 1. Taylor has spoken about this once or twice, and also Abigail tweeted this out, I think, once or twice in the last year. So if you follow those accounts, you might notice. But yeah, we're going to find out soon. So let's see. Yeah, most of you got this right. So yeah, it's inspired by Narnia. Actually, I don't know what in Narnia inspired to the name because I haven't seen the movies, or I think they're probably also books, so I haven't read them. So maybe there's a character in there called Laravel. That's what I don't know. So maybe that's a question for the next quiz if we do another time. Okay, but let's check. Yeah, now we have some more points. Tom is still on top. Frick is going up on the fourth place, Gertjan on the second, and Adrian on the podium now as well. And it's going down to the fourth place. Oh, and Seb has the highest answers track of 3. That's also good to know. Not sure which Seb it is. Maybe it's the one from Beyond Code. I don't know. But if you are, thanks for sponsoring here this event. And let's move on. So where is the all method from the user all located? So where do you find this all method when you run this all on the user? By the way, don't get distracted by the typo I see in the screenshot now, which I haven't seen before. Is it located in the query builder class, the Eloquent base model, in the user facade, or in the Eloquent builder class? So every time we use those methods on models, a lot of different classes are involved, and mostly not the ones that you would assume. But yeah, 11 of you got that right. It is in the base model. But yeah, the other ones weren't too far because other methods like the where methods or many out of the Eloquent methods are not in the Eloquent base model, but in the Eloquent builder, for example. So that's also interesting, which I learned with Laravel core adventures, where I dig really deep into Eloquent and see how this beautiful syntax of Eloquent is working. Because yeah, there is some magic involved to make this work. Do we have a change? Yeah, Felix is back in the rank and it is not showing up anymore. And what info do we have here as well? So Halim is the highest climber with 4 places. Oh, that's nice. That's some nice ranks that you climb up here. So good streak. Oh, and Frake was mentioning he was missing the first 5 questions. So yeah, regarding this, you're not too bad. And we have another Seb, not the famous Beyond Co Seb, but another famous Sebastian Scheps, which I'm working with, and also a very great guy. Another true or false question. Does Laravel has over 3,000 contributors? And I'm talking about the Laravel framework repository. So yeah, it has a lot, but has it over 3,000? You can look it up, but then you're probably already too late because maybe some of you already answered this and probably some of you already got that right. And yeah, the most of you have. So, oh, sorry, most of you have not because no, it's about 2,600, which is still amazing when you think about it. 2,600 people put their head and their code to build this framework, which we're all using. And when you think about this, yeah, it's just amazing and impressive. So I'm also one of those 2,600, and yeah, I'm also a little proud of that. Yeah, it feels good to have some code of yourself in the framework. And yeah, I think that's also one of the reasons why it's so good. Not because of my code contribution, but because of 2,600 people. And yeah, still blows my mind. So do we have some changes here? No. Okay, so for me, this looks like we don't see any changes because the people here didn't make points and the other ones didn't climb up high enough to get here. I think that's the only reason why I don't see any changes here. And Dylan has the highest answer strike now of 3. Congrats, but we still have some more, so you still have your chance. Another quiz, multi-select this one. So in order to match a route, Laravel will make use of some validators. Which ones? The UI validator, the scheme validator, the host validator, or the method validator. So all of them could be true or none of them could be true. So that's quite tricky. But yeah, there are a few things that Laravel needs to do in order to match the correct route for you. So yeah, I think it's pretty fair to say that we have to do some kind of validation to make this work. But yeah, which of those are we going to use? So yeah, it doesn't look too bad. The host validator, most people didn't think it was included, but it is. So indeed, all of them are true. These are the 4 validators that Laravel will use in order to match the correct route from the ones that you have defined. And yeah, now we have some changes. Gertjan back on the top, Freek now on place 2, even though 5 less questions. But I think Gertjan also had some issues, he said. Tom on the 3rd place. Rifai, not sure how to pronounce this, on the 4th, and Adrian still in the ranks too. And Marius is making a comeback now with 3 in a row. Congrats to this. So yeah, still a few more to go, but yeah, we're getting closer to the end. So let's see about the next ones. This one is a puzzle again. Order the parts of the request cycles from what happens first to last. Create an application instance, check the maintenance mode, register the autoloader, use the kernel to create a response. So all of this happens in the index.php file. Again, this happens on the request lifecycle, but it happens in a specific order. So what is the first one happening and what's the last? And yeah, try to order it from first to last. These are some of the questions which are a little bit tricky to just explain with a word, but I hope most of you got it right, but it seems, yeah, you don't. Yeah, it's also a little bit of a tricky one because, yeah, some of them are pretty close. So do we see the correct order here? Yeah, now we see it. So it's first checking the maintenance mode. So then it's registering the autoloader. Then we can make the new application instance because of the autoloader. And then we are using the HTTP kernel to create a response. So let's see, did any one of you get some points here? Not too many. Adrian is climbing up and Felix is back in the ranks here, the top 5. And Novi now has the best strike with 3. Yeah, congrats to you as well. So we have 4 more questions. Take a sip. Relax for a few more seconds because the next ones, I think there are also some tricky ones in there, but also some fun ones. But then we also have a last one, which will be quite an interesting one. All right, let's move on. True or false? Every 6 months, Laravel releases a new major version. Is this true or is this false? There might have been some changes at the beginning of the year, but which way did it go? Did it go this way? Did it go another way? Yeah, difficult to tell. Maybe knowing this? Yeah, it would be interesting to know. Because, of course, yeah, there will be something new this September. And most of you got this right because it's wrong. So this year, at the beginning of February, Laravel was changing the release cycle from going from 6 months to 12 months. So now every year we have a new major release. And this also means we're going to have Laravel 9 in September this year. So this is also always good to know. So I hope you now remember that one. So Gertjan still at number 1, Tom number 2, Felix now on 3rd. Nice streak with 3 correct answers in a row. Freek is going down on 4th place, and is back again in the top 5. Okay, what's next? So let me just check the score. So Gertjan yeah, has quite some more points, and the gaps are getting a little bigger. So yeah, I think it will be already difficult to to make a lot of changes to the current ranks. But yeah, we still have 3 questions. So if you answer all of them correctly, of course, everything is possible. So let's go. A quiz. What is the second argument of the plug collection method for? There is no second argument. It defines the keys of the names, so of the value in these examples. It lets you get values of another key, like plug the name and the email, so 2 fields here, or it's a boolean to define if you want to look for nested keys too. Which one it is? Yeah, it's not so easy because mostly we just use one parameter with this method. But yeah, is there even a second one? Let's see. Yeah, most of you got this right. So good people here, good devs. So yeah, can define the keys. So if you want to plug the names, and then you can maybe use the ID or something as the key for the name. Quite handy, which I also use a lot. Okay, Freak is out of the top 5. Dun, dun, dun. Tom is again number 1 here, or the first time. Not sure anymore, but he is now. Getjen is on a 2nd place. It's climbing up 3rd place. Adrian climbing up 4th place, and Felix still on the 5th place. Okay, 2 more to go. Yeah, so let's see about this one. In 2013, Taylor wrote a guide to advanced application development with Laravel 4. What was the name? It's a book. Laravel Up and Running, Laravel from Apprentice to Artisan, Laravel Making Laravel Great Again, or Laravel Advanced Application Development. As far as I know, it's also only the only book that he wrote. So Laravel 4, 2013, quite some times back. Would be interesting to see if it would be interesting to write sometimes another book about the same topic. So yeah, most of you got this right, from Apprentice to Artisan. I did bought this book also in 2013, but as far as I remember, it was a little bit strange for me because Taylor was thinking quite differently to what I was thinking when I started with Laravel. And yeah, I have to say I didn't get too much of it back then, but maybe he's going to write another one. I think I'm going to ask about if he would be interested in doing another one, because I think now he has more to tell about Laravel. But because Up and Running is the famous one by Matt Stuffer. And Tom still on the top. Ooh, it's on the 2nd, Gertjen on the 3rd, Frake on the 4th, and Samuel is here. I think the first time in the top ranks. Congrats. And Canal Pride is making a comeback with 3 in a row. Congrats on this. So yeah, I think we're almost at the end, and that's the last question. So yeah, now we are going to decide who is going to win this first Laravel live quiz. And what's special about this question is also it gives you double points. So this is a good chance for everybody to still climb up or keep your current rank. So be prepared. Double points. When do you want to use the scope method instead of the singleton when binding to the service container? To make a class only available in a specific namespace of your app, to let the class only be resolved once during one request lifecycle, to make an instance only available in a specific files of your application, and to define a new method on the container like with query scopes. So that's quite a tricky one. I'm very interested in how much of you know this, because I'm pretty sure I would assume that most of you haven't used it. Oh, okay, but most of you had it correct. So probably you guessed right, or maybe you also knew this one. So yeah, that's interesting. I also learned this in one of Mohammed sites videos, and this is important for jobs and for Laravel Octane. And then you use the scope method instead of the singleton so that it's only resolved once in a request lifecycle. Okay, let's go. Da-da-da-dum. The podium on place number 3, Freak, yeah. Number 2, Gummy Bear Tom, and we have a new leader. And who is it? It's Getjen. Congrats. Oh, runners up. We have also Adrian on the 4th place and the 5th. I didn't see it anymore, but yeah, these are the winners. Maybe I'll just let me also do a screenshot because this looks pretty nice. Yeah, so let's get this away. Yeah, so congrats to the podium. Congrats to everybody else. Let's see, we have here a little summary. Most difficult question was the order of the request lifecycle, yeah, and the order of the route. So yeah, the order ones are ones where you can do a lot wrong, of course. And yeah, so all the 3 order questions were the ones where you didn't do that well, but yeah, I hope at least maybe you learned something with those questions. Okay, you should now be able to send some feedback. You let me know through the app if you like this or not, if you want to do this again. But please, besides this, also let me know on Twitter if you like the quiz, if you like the questions, if you want to do me this regularly. If you want, I would definitely be up to doing this. But yeah, let's see about this with the feedback. So please let me know on Twitter. Leave me some comments there, and then yeah, maybe we'll do some other ones because yeah, we could do a lot. We could do some specific topics. We could do some beginner quizzes or more advanced quizzes. And yeah, also let me know how you like this software Kahoot. So I think it's pretty cool, the design and the user experience. The user experience is just amazing, I think. So it's really an amazing app and it works really well. And yeah, so let me know about this. So the feedback overall here looks quite good, I'd say. Let's show the podium again. What we don't see here are all the other people. I might going to release a screenshot because I know that I will get a report where I see all the other ranks. So I'm going to probably post this on Twitter. And oh yeah, now I see it was on number 5. Yes, I'm going to publish this on Twitter. But yeah, I hope you had fun. Also let me know what you think about the time in the evening. I mostly don't stream in the evening, but I think it's the easiest one for most of the people, even if you're not from Europe, to join as well. And yeah, I don't like live coding in the evening, but doing those quizzes, I think would definitely be something that I could do. Okay, so yeah, I can't see anything else here. Yeah, I need to go to the full report, but there are some information in here which I don't want to share with you. So let me stop sharing here at this point. And yeah, I hope you had fun. Again, please let me know on Twitter if you liked it or not. Thumbs up, thumbs down. If you want me to do this again, if there is place for improvement, which is probably always, let me know about this. And yeah, considering this, I will think about doing some more or not. And if not, it's okay, dude. Then we're going to go to live coding again next week. But it was fun for me. I hope you had a nice day. Maybe one last check at the comments. If there's something I want to tell here. Yeah, so how many people participated? I don't see it here. I think about 25, but I'm going to publish this on Twitter. Yeah, so that's true. That's also what I mentioned at the beginning. The stream is about 6 to 10 to even 12 seconds later. So this is definitely an issue, but with my current stream setup, I can't overcome this. So yeah, we have to see if this is going to be a bigger issue. I might have to think about different options to stream to make the latency a little bit lower. Okay, besides that, people seem to like it. So yeah, thank you again. Have a great evening and see you the next time. And oh, by the way, please, if you are on the podium, please contact me on Twitter, and I'm going to inform you about the prizes. So the first one has the chance to pick one of the prizes, and then the other ones can pick from the others too. So please contact me on Twitter. I think that's the best way to handle this. Almost forgot about the winners and the prizes. So the most important one. But yeah, thanks again. Have a great evening. See you the next time, and good night.